Hello, class. Today, we are going to have a lesson on DC Universe Classics, Wave 16, figure number 4, just like the number of Ninja Turtles, Robin, who's not a Ninja Turtle, even though he wears a lot of green. Anyways, so there he is in his packaging, and we're going to take a quick look at that. Again, on the back, we got Justice League members, Batman, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, and up there somewhere, Soups. So, we're going to take a look at the figure here inside the packaging. Over here on the side, includes your collect, I have such a hard time saying that, collect and connect figure piece. They almost made that just to make it difficult for me to say. Just call it a flippin' Build-A-Figure. Anyways, it's got a head and lower torso, which is going to be the head and the crotch, which begs really bad jokes, but I won't make them, at least not right now. And I think we can see them in there a little bit. On the back, we've got some other figures in the set. We've got Jonah Hex, the Creeper, the Riddler. There's 2 Robins. We're only going to be doing 1 Robin because buying 2 of the same figure with a different head is kind of stupid. Although you can make an argument that's basically the whole DCUC figure line. There's Mercury and there's Azrael Batman. And they build Bane. That's what this whole set is about. They could have had a set of My Little Ponies, and if the Build-A-Figures were Bane, I'd still buy them. Anyway. So there's 2 Robins. I guess we're going to focus on that. The one that we're going to be looking at is this one where he's looking just a little bit angrier. I think he's Jason Todd. This one reminds me of Burt Ward. Does anyone remember the old Adam West Batman series and how the opening was animated? That's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of that goofy looking Robin from there, and it just makes me want to punt the wife's cat. Which I'll get in trouble for. Doesn't mean I won't do it, I'll still get in trouble. On the back of the package, there we've got a picture of Robin. Some weird, I think it's supposed to be a grapple gun, but it looks like the one that Rorschach used in Watchmen, at least in the movie. I didn't read the comic. So, biography on Dick Grayson. He grew up performing with his famous family of aerialists, the Flying Graysons. One night after their equipment was sabotaged, Dick's parents fell to their deaths, leaving their son orphaned with thoughts only of vengeance. Recognizing something of himself in the boy, that to me it just sounds wrong, Batman offered to train Grayson. Taking the name Robin, he soon patrolled Gotham City alongside his mentor, helping Batman against a score of his most dangerous foes by wearing bright colors to distract fire from Batman. Look, bright red, bright yellow, green, and these stupid little booties with the, they got the heel things on them. Seriously. And again, no pants. Why couldn't I understand it's kind of a product of the times, you know, children wore short pants, but these aren't even short pants. They're like dyed green tighty-whities. Seriously, Bruce, what's your problem? Anyways, some statistics. He showed up in Detective Comics number 38 in April of 1940. His real name is Dick, which to me indicates that his parents didn't like him. Because really it's Richard, and if my name was Richard and I had a choice of Rich, Rick, Ricky Retardo, or Dick, I would pick any of the other 3 first. His occupation is crime fighter and police officer. I don't remember him being a cop, but I'm not as familiar with the history of DC characters. His base of operations is Gotham City. His special abilities, he's skilled in martial arts, superb detective skills, utility belt stocked with weaponry and gear, and he's an accomplished driver and pilot. Which is funny because they never mentioned that he's a skilled acrobat, because, you know, he's actually, I think, supposed to be better than Batman in regards to that, right? Because he was on the trapeze, right? Anyways, so there he is. Even though, I should point out, I think this one is Jason Todd, the second Robin. Because he just doesn't look like Burt Ward. And in that case, then, he's destined to get killed by the Joker, but I think he comes back as Red Hood. At least in that movie, he came back as Red Hood, which was actually a decent movie. But anyways, so as I said before, we're going to be looking at 1 Robin. We're going to be looking at this one, the slightly angrier one. We're not going to be looking at this one. Why? They already mentioned that. 2 figures, different heads. Stupid. The wife picked which Robin to get, and she picked the right one. Because I think this one's better. Just in my opinion. So at any rate, I've ranted long enough. We're going to open up this figure and have a closer look at Robin. Back in a second. Okay. Here we've got Robin out of the package, and we can have a look at him. So I'll just give you a quick look all the way around. Bright yellow! Yay! Anyways. there we go. We've got to look at him so we can talk about him a little bit more. In terms of his colors, you know what? I think it's more or less what we would expect out of the Boy Wonder. We've got the green here for his gloves and his shoulders and his cute little boots. Hey, Dick. Peter Pan called. He wants his boots back. Leave Wendy alone. Seriously, I don't know what's up with those boots. Anyways. And of course the green underwear, which has got the little markings on the sides and whatnot. It looks like Aquaman's pants. Like Aquaman donated pants to help Robin get underpants that he can wear instead of regular pants. I'm still stuck up on that because it bothers me. Anyways. We've got some skin tone, which we see lots of on his legs, and we've got some on his arms. Like, why can't... okay, I'll stop. And we've got the red for his tunic up here, which is kind of nice, and the bright yellow cape. Whoever thought that was a good idea should get punched in the face. Oh, wait, that'd probably be Bruce Wayne. Anyways. The molding for this figure is pretty good. Whoa. We can see here, we start on his boots, we've got a little bit of wrinkle, and we got the little things, I don't know what's up with that, on the back. His shoulders, we've got the little bit of wrinkle to show the cloth. Actually, it looks like he's folded up the sleeves, so that way they don't go all the way down. Now, his head, I guess, is the main thing that's got the different detail as opposed to the other Robin. So we can see that he's maybe a little more serious, and he's got the different hair up front, and we've got the molding or the sculpt for the hair on the top, and even his cape, which is kind of a standard cape for DCUC, right? Now, I was originally thinking because of the hair, maybe he was Jason Todd. He was Rebel Robin. But now I'm not too sure. The more I think about it, maybe it's just kind of a different look for Dick Grayson. Because if we think about Batman the Animated Series, and I know I keep going back to Batman the Animated Series, but for lots of kids, in the early 90s, that was how I knew Batman. You know, you could buy a Batman comic once a month, or you could watch Batman the Animated Series every weekend. But he didn't have the stupid looking hair that Burt Ward had. So maybe this is Dick. He's just a different looking Dick. Stop chuckling, Peanut Gallery. So, maybe it's not Jason Todd. Plus, you know, the back of the package did not say Jason Todd. It did say Dick Grayson. So maybe it is supposed to be him. It's just a different look. And actually, that's good if that's the case, because Jason Todd was a douche and should still be dead. And Dick Grayson is, you know, much better. So, I don't know. I'm kind of liking this figure more now, because maybe I'm just going to pretend it's Dick Grayson regardless. In terms of articulation, kind of standard. Move the head up and down, round and round. Same thing with the shoulder. We can rotate the arm here at the bicep. Now, I've mentioned this a couple times, double joint for the elbow. Some of them have it, some of them don't, and I haven't quite figured out the why for that yet. The hand, that can rotate around, and again, it's got the extra joint so we can move the wrist. This one's a little bit tougher to do. Maybe it's because of the gauntlet here. We've got the forward and backwards, the upper torso. Now, rotating his waist, oh, we can do that. It's a little bit tougher. His leg is going to go forwards and backwards. We can stick it out. Again, rotate the leg there at the thigh. Double joint for the knee again. This wave, some of them have it, some of them don't. And then his ankle, it does move a little bit forwards and backwards. We can see, I don't know how well the camera I can pick it up. It's supposed to, but it doesn't very well. I think it's just because of the boot he's wearing. Another thing that's stupid about his boots. But we can see it's got a little bit of sideways motion there too, which is kind of nice. Now for some of his accessories, he does have a batarang in his hand, and you may or may not notice, I don't know how well we can pick it up there, it still has the little clear rubber band. And the reason for that is I figure that the second I take that out, take that off, I'll never get that batarang back in his hand again, and it'll be lost to the vacuum cleaner. So I think it's just going to stay where it is. Why would we take it out anyway? I don't care. It's not like he's going to ball up a fist, because he's not molded that way. The other, whatever. The other accessory comes with is, I guess, supposed to be the bat grappling hook, and it comes with a little bit of string on it, so you can do those cool little, hey, let's have Robin hanging from something looking for bad guys, or I don't know, bad guys. And there we've got that. A few inches. No, we're not saying that one. Peanut Gallery, I'm sorry. I don't know what, oh sorry, I lost my train of thought. We've got this thing. Problem is it doesn't sit in the, I guess, the launcher too well. In fact, it will probably just fall out. This is the kind of accessory where I kind of sit there and think, why? Why did we need this? Is it so that we can put something in Robin's hand? I guess. It looks, again, it reminds me more of the grappling hook gun that Rorschach had from Watchmen, at least in the movie. I didn't read the comic book. And it's just, seems unnecessary to me. It doesn't really take away from the figure, but there's a good chance I'm going to lose it because I'm probably not going to leave it on the character, and that's just going to make it disappear in the bottom of a bin somewhere. We could have done without it. I would rather just had a balled up fist. I think that would have been better. This thing is just kind of stupid. But I guess it doesn't take away too much because we can just have him not hold it. Now, there was one figure that got to have the honor of having the head of Bane. And there we have his head. We'll look at that more a little bit later. We can see where the cord is supposed to go in the tube for the venom. It's kind of a wrestler mask or a weirdo fetish mask. I don't know. I guess we'll look at that more later. And then, of course, Robin also gets the honor of having the crotch of Bane. There it is. The lower torso, I think you're supposed to call it. One thing I'd like to point out, though, is that it has that kind of soft plastic that the upper torso has on it as well. And I think that'll help the figure have a little more posability, articulation when we finally put it together. So that's kind of cool. I don't really have too much else to say about our friend Robin here. It's a decent figure. I know it's that kind of classic look for Robin where he has no pants, and that has always irritated me. It stands up decently well. Besides, I think I said it was Creeper who I have a hard time keeping from falling over. This figure I have the same, and it's the ankles, same thing. They move a fair bit, but maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know, I have a hard time keeping this figure stand up in any kind of dynamic pose. Haven't quite figured out what the problem is there yet, but there we go. In terms of a grade, you know what? Robin will get a B. It's a pretty good figure. It's a kind of the classic look, which I'm not totally fond of, but I know if you like that classic look for Robin, you'll think it's excellent. It's worthy of picking up. I might have picked it up even if it didn't come with a piece of Bane, which was my main motivation for the series. So I think that's about it. Robin is probably worth getting for a lot of people, especially the look here. I don't like the other one. I kind of like the hero hair look we have there, which is excellent. At any rate, thank you very much. Class is dismissed.